December 19th, 2025. Will the markets come collapsing down with Japan's reverse carry trade? We're going to break that down. We're also going to look at Robert Kiyosaki, what he's been warning us about for a very long time. But the thing we need to understand at a deep level, this is nothing new under the sun. My hope is that the markets come collapsing down tomorrow, and then we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe the rest of this year to get amazing companies, amazing technologies, and amazing cryptos at very, very fair prices. This channel is not about hype. It's not about hopium. It's about discipline, consistency, building a structure, and doing the opposite. Because when you do the opposite, when you buy when there's red and you sell when there's green, you're going to do very, very well. It's not timing the markets, it's time in the market. It's enough time to compound. It's understanding fundamentals, studying Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Ray Dalio, Cathie Woods. And when you understand that this is just a cycle. So, yes, I believe there's probably going to be a market pullback on the back end of this weekend here. And I think that's phenomenal. Then I believe that about first quarter 2026, that we're going to see some bullish sentiment because it's mathematics, it's microeconomics. As China raises rates, Trump is going to bring rates as low as possible. And I'm going to share with you where I'm positioning myself over the next 5 years to make sure that my family, number one, is secure. Number two is that we can profit from the red. And number three is we're not foolish and we pull when there's green and we build an ecosystem. So let's take a look and let's really dive into what people keep talking about. I did a previous video about this, and this is very, very important. Your financial advisor should be informing you around this stuff and should be understanding the reverse carry trade that's coming. Japan has been running. We went deep into this in my Warrior Ascension program, that they've been running 0% interest rates for a very, very long time. Japan is at 500% debt to income ratio with personal and governmental debt. Governmental, I think they're around over 200%. Okay. China's at 300% debt to income ratio, and America's at 120%. We are the lowest at debt to income ratio. And there is always a rise and fall of a superpower if you study Ray Dalio's Changing World Order. Okay. We have massive wealth gaps. We have a credit crisis in America. And what's happening right now in China is they have to raise rates, guys. They have to raise rates. Now, what happens is that sucks the liquidity, key word for one of your investments, liquidity. We have a liquidity crisis. It's going to suck liquidity out of the US markets and global markets into Japan. Okay. So reminder, Cointelegraph posts this, Japan's central bank may raise interest rates on Friday to 0.75, the highest level since 1995. So your job is to research what's happened in Japan. Okay. When they raise rates, it's going to suck liquidity out of the markets. Okay. That should create an amazing buy-in opportunity for us. Now, I want to be very clear. Some of you may have gotten into cryptocurrency at the beginning of this year. You bought at higher prices and you feel like you've been duped. You feel like the world is falling apart. This is where the stoicism comes in. This is where the calmness comes in. I remember when I was buying XRP in 2020 and then the SEC sued Ripple and it came collapsing down. And I said, I'm holding on like a tick on a dog. That one move, that one stoic move. And I held in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. And as everybody ran from the fire, I ran into the fire and I bought the dip. I dollar cost averaged. Trump gets elected. Boom, my XRP goes up 800%. The point behind this is you got to understand what you're investing in. If you believe in the company, the crypto, the technology that you're invested in, you should be celebrating red. And your job is to dollar cost average in and bring your dollar cost average down as low as possible. Some people are going to be known as legends that bought XRP even at $3. Some people are going to be known as legends that bought Bitcoin at $85,000. There's going to be a moment in the next 5 years where Bitcoin will probably be close to $1 million. XRP will be in the 4 digits. I don't know when it's going to happen. I'm not a price prediction guy. I'm a long-term fundamental investor with a very strict plan as this stuff goes up to pull profits. Okay. So I just want to remind you of that. So get ready. It could be very, very bearish as we go into tomorrow. Okay, just you need to mentally prepare for that. Okay, Robert Kiyosaki, I absolutely love and adore him. Cash Flow Quadrant, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I like his style. I like what he does. I like how he secures in gold, and Bitcoin is my gold. I have a little bit of silver, but I want to read his tweet to you guys. And I think it's very important to understand how you get rich in these types of economies. Guys, you get rich in red. You get wealthy in red, not green. If you're emotional every single day about the markets, you're going to get wrecked. Billionaires use astrology, millionaires use charts. That's why the 1% controls 97% of the wealth. This is lesson number 9 from Robert Kiyosaki. How to get rich as the world economy crashes. The Fed just let the world know their plans for the future. The Fed lowered interest rates, signaled quantitative easing or turning on the fake printing press. Okay. What Larry Lepard calls the big print, the title of the great book. This will lead to hyperinflation. I've been telling you guys that I believe hyperinflation is coming in 2029. We've been talking about in our academy nonstop, making life very expensive for the unprepared. You have to get prepared for massive inflation as we go into 2028, 2029. Okay, my suggestion, this is Robert saying this. My suggestion is the same. Buy more real gold, buy silver, buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's his suggestion. I will share with you what I'm doing on the back end, not financial advice. Do your own research. He said I bought more silver as soon as the Fed announced another rate cut last week. Silver is going to the moon, possibly $200 an ounce in 2026. Silver was $20 an ounce in 2024. Okay. Did I need to buy more silver? No. I just hate getting screwed by my own government, and I'm going to get richer when the fake economy crashes. What are you doing? I'm doing the same thing, guys. I'm just preparing in maybe a little bit different assets, and I'll share that what I'm doing. I'll give you an example, right? So my pops, I gave him a birthday present in 2021. It was about $3,000 worth of silver. That's almost $10,000 now. Think about that. So if he had $3,000 in his bank account, the purchasing power of that dollar went down, but he has $3,000 in silver. He gained almost $7,000. That's how you need to start thinking. We're in a fiat system, guys. It's fake. Your cash is fake. It keeps devaluing, and they're about to devalue the shit out of your currency in 2026, 2027, 2028, and then they'll probably have to turn the printing machine off again. They'll probably have to slam on interest rates. That all you're seeing in Japan, it's an inverse. It just keeps going back and forth, back and forth. That's where my narrative comes from with my Capital DR strategy. Okay, I just want to show you a few things that are super, super bullish. Okay, Franklin Templeton, a massive institution, right? Look at this, guys. This is what's coming to your financial institutions. We are making it too easy. They have easy BC, exposure to BTC, Bitcoin. They're giving you the blueprint here, guys. Exposure to Ethereum, exposure to XRP, exposure to Solana, and a multi-coin exposure. I think it's safe to say that Bitcoin's going to be here. I think it's safe to say that Ethereum's going to be here. I'm not an investor in Ethereum. I think it's safe to say I have BTC, XRP, and Solana. Okay. Those are in my top 4. BTC, XRP, and Solana. I think that's a pretty safe bet, right? I mean, think about it. If the banks are making it easy to get into BTC, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana, that's a solid portfolio for you there. You don't have to overthink this, guys. You don't have to chase all these hype crypto influencers and it's the next best token. Stick with what the elites are doing. For me, it's XRP, BTC, WFI, and Solana. That's my top 4. Okay, I got 3 of the ones that Franklin Templeton put in there. I closed out all my Ethereum into Solana. That was my own personal decisions based on a documentary that I was in. And so that was a personal bias decision. That'll probably be a big mistake in regards to financially, but it was more for my own soul. Okay, so I do want to share this stuff with you guys. It's super bullish out here. I told you Coinbase is going to become a bank. I think they'll be very, very soon after Ripple here becomes a bank. Coinbase just dropped a bomb on the financial industry, guys. They put every single financial institution on notice. Okay, whatever you think about Coinbase or whatever. I saw a lot of comments around Coinbase, but guys, they put every financial institution on notice. They're going to be a one-stop shop. You're going to be able to do your banking there. You're going to be able to your direct deposit you can already put there. You're going to be able to do everything in Coinbase. This put all the banks on notice. You can buy crypto. You can buy stocks now. Companies can go tokenize their assets with Coinbase. They dropped a bombshell yesterday. So Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says the broken traditional financial system is driving younger generation to crypto as they feel locked out of the old wealthy ladder. Okay. The Everything app, they announced this yesterday. I'm not going to go into all of that, but I just wanted you to see all those announcements. You can see it on my Twitter channel. But this is what's coming, guys. Bank of America, we know, recommends 4%, up to 4% in cryptocurrency. So I know it doesn't feel good. And I want to be very empathetic around this. I know it doesn't feel good. If you are new to cryptocurrency and you see, and guys, I've been in this cycle. This is a second big cycle, right? So our first one was 2020 to 2022. It's the same thing, guys. People came flooding in 2021. They were all pissed off because they got stuck in the bear market. 2022, 2023, they bounced out. And then Trump gets elected. They come rushing back in. They panic. So they FOMO in and they panic sell out. Okay. I know it doesn't feel good if your portfolio is down 20% this year. Okay. You have to develop patience. The question I have for you is, do you believe in what you're invested in? I believe in XRP. I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in WLFI. I believe in Solana, my top four. I believe in American Bitcoin, the stock. And I believe in XXI. Like somebody put on my Twitter, like, how you feeling about your American Bitcoin? Fantastic. Fantastic. I hope it keeps going down. I'm going to keep buying more. That's how winning is done. You got to be stoic. You have to be calm. You have to pick a portfolio that you believe in, your circle of competency, and you have to have conviction. That's it. So like I always say, I don't care what you invest in. I'm going to share with you what I'm investing in, and I'm going to put my neck on the line and put it out there because I believe in it. And the reason why I am repetitive and the reason why it's annoying that I say the same thing every day is because my narrative doesn't change. That's your hint. The hint is in the hate. I'll say it one more time. The hint is in the hate. I absolutely adore when people say, this dude says the same shit every day. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I post at the same time every single day. Consistently. I put my prayers on Twitter, same time, every single day. I'm consistent. I'm disciplined. I don't need motivation. That's the hint, guys. So what I did is I invented CAPL DR, which is macro and microeconomic protected. It doesn't matter what cycle we're in. It can beat every single cycle because your job is not to listen to me on what investments. Your job is to beat inflation. Okay. Here's what you need to understand is you're about to have your dollar get wrecked over the next 5 years. So there you go. You have a fiat currency. They're going to print a ton of it in a low interest rate environment. That's just macroeconomics. Or economics, excuse me. So when your dollar comes down, it's worth less. So that's why I brought up my pops. Okay. If my pops had $3,000 in the bank, he lost 11% purchasing power just this year. But that silver that I gave him went up to 10 grand. Isn't that cool? But we don't see that. We're not taught that because you'll see $3,000 in your bank account. I see it going like this. I can see the silver go up, but he doesn't see the silver expanding. So the consciousness piece of it, right? What I see with my Bitcoin over the long term, it's been straight up like this. Over the long term, my XRP has been like this. Okay. My dollar has been like this. So that's how I do my investing. Okay. So when I look at the markets, I actually celebrate red. I'm like, awesome, man. I love the fact that we're at $3 trillion market cap, under 3 trillion. And that I know that the global growth is going to be about 111 trillion and that all of these assets, not all, that would be a lie. All the assets that I believe that I'm invested in, my top are XRP, Bitcoin, WLFI, Solana, XLM, HBAR, and VeChain are my top 7. I have many others, and I can't wait to get out of them. And I'm going to consolidate into XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, and WFI. I don't need a bunch of different cryptos. I'm going to stick with the ones that I believe are going to survive regulation. Just keep it safe, keep it simple. What was I going with that? Yeah, then I'm going to hold the line, be patient. And then when they go up, I use my own app. I created this. We're the co-founders and creators of this, right? Merlin, smartest way to track your crypto. Shows me all my cryptos in one place. Okay, this is our demo account here. You can go here. You can create an exit plan. When you're traveling around, when you log on to Wi-Fi's and stuff, keeps your stuff safe. It's just an interface, right? You come in here, you can set up an exit plan. It's going really slow right now. My apologies. Okay, see, here's an example of an exit plan, right? It has it all set up with targets. You can do your 50-50 exit plan. You can set up your targets, tells you how many tokens. You can put in your tax implications based on your tax professional, right? You save your exit plan and boom, you're set. You're ready to go. And then we send you an alert. And you're like, well, gosh, that sounds complicated. Well, we make the complex simple. Go here. We show you how to do it, guys. Check that out. See Johnny Crypto with a K. You click here. We show you how to do it. And you're like, hey, I'm still stuck. Boom. We got the best customer service in the industry. I'm the co-founder and creator of Merlin here. This is one of my companies. And so I only share with you guys things that I actually own or I'm a part of the ecosystem. So I'm actually the co-founder and creator of this. We use spreadsheets and that's how winning is done. So I have a process and you can download Merlin. Go try it. Check it out. I know you'll love it. 30 days for free. Description of my video here or my social media platform. You can try it for 30 days completely free. Okay. You can try it, play it, set up your portfolio in there and have fun with it. Okay. So what I hope to do and what I would like to be known for is keeping people calm. Okay. And again, in the hate is the hint. When people say you're saying the same thing over and over, it should be that way. Think about Warren Buffett. Let's just think about Warren Buffett. Okay. Warren Buffett gets up every morning, gets in his Cadillac. He goes to McDonald's and he buys whatever breakfast sandwich based on the market. He's a billionaire. He's not trying to impress you. He doesn't give a shit. Berkshire went down 50%. He didn't even blink one time. He's like, awesome. I'm going to buy more. So your job is to buy good companies at a fair price. You have to decide what the good companies are. But what I invented is Capital DR, where you can plug any of your assets into that. Okay. So C is cash flow. Your job every single time you get paid for trading time for money, the indoctrination system, you have to turn some of your money into cash flow and investments. Because if you don't, you're going to get poor every single year. If you don't get a raise of over 6% by next year, you by default got poor. Please put a warrior in the comment if you understand what I'm saying. If you understand that concept right there, it should change your whole investing career. Okay, put a warrior in the comment if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, if you don't get a raise of over 6, inflation is not 3%, guys. It is not 3%. That's what they tell you. That's not the true inflation. It's about 10% every year. And at 3% inflation, every 35 years, the value of your fake currency, fiat, gets cut in half. So your financial advisor is so proud of themselves for getting you 6 to 8%, they didn't even beat inflation. You're getting poor every single year. The 401k is the worst investment in the world. The guy that created it was quoted saying, I made a product that made Wall Street wealthier. Think about that. You put your money in an investment, even if it grows 6 to 8% every single year, you can't touch it. You get penalized. And then you get taxed on the back end when you're trying to retire. And that whole time, your currency devalued. So everything got way more expensive by the time you retired. So there's a hint right there. So then that gives you the bandwidth to say, okay, if cash is trash and I'm getting paid in someone else's debt, okay, what assets would I pick that will beat inflation? That's it. So here's how I did it. Every time I get paid, so I get paid. Last bull run, I built cash generating businesses. I followed all the model cash flow quadrant. I built cash generating companies. We have MRR. I have multiple companies in different areas. I work to create companies that make money 24 hours a day. I have dividends that pay me every single week. That's passive. I have active income, right? It worked really hard to get there. So I was like, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. But I know all that cash I'm getting is absolute trash. So I take the cash flow and then I pump it into assets, which is A in Capital DR. Now, the assets you have to pick, you decide. Is it gold? Is it silver? Is it real estate? This is what my system does. You plug into the system. I use crypto. I love crypto. I understand it. It's my zone of genius. I trust it. I know it. And I believe it's going to be here. My top are XRP. Well, why would that be? It's a fixed supply asset, 100 billion. People are like 100 billion, but it's deflationary based on its utility. Every single time a transaction goes across it, it becomes more valuable. Okay. And based on its utility, the token has to be very expensive for the transaction to be cheap. And I understand that. It's my zone of genius. I came from banking. I understand Nostra Vostral. So that's my number one holding because it's my zone of genius. You can't FUD me in. You can't FUD me out. I don't give a shit what you say. I believe in it. So it's my number one holding by a long shot. That's called conviction, company and personally. Okay. Next is Bitcoin. Fixed supply asset. You can't FUD me in, you can't FUD me out. 21 million. I own one of the most scarce assets in the world, and I'm working to accumulate as much as I can in my lifetime. I'll never sell it. That goes into L in my capital DR. All my other cryptos, I am going to sell some, even my XRP. Absolutely. Because I feed a monster ecosystem. I don't rubberneck and watch things go up and down. Bitcoin is a store of value like gold, and that it's kind of like a mosaic to me. It's like an art piece. It doesn't have a lot of utility other than someone's belief in it, and I believe in it, and I'm watching what they're doing, what the elites are doing, not what the news says, not what hype says, not what people on Twitter say. I'm watching what the elites are doing, and my family's going to own some Bitcoin. Okay. And I'm going to leverage it in the future, which I'll tell you in just a second. Okay. So I'm just giving you my logic. XRP, Bitcoin, then I have WLFI, which to me is access to the new World Bank DeFi system that Trump is creating and his family is creating. Okay. That's a speculative investment. That's kind of throwing it out there a little bit because there's no real world solve yet. There's no RWA. So that's a very speculative thing. I'm just buying into a concept and an idea based on the gold paper. Nothing is launched yet. So that would be very speculative. Okay. I still think it's going to do very well. Then Solana, that's not very speculative. I believe Solana is going to do very, very well. Right. I buy Solana every single week, every single month, every single week. No, it's every single week. Holy shit. I said every single month for a long time. It's weekly. I buy Solana every week. I buy XRP and Bitcoin every day. Dollar cost average. And then what else we got? We got XLM. I own a good chunk of XLM, own a good chunk of VeChain, good chunk of HBAR, and all the other little tokens. I'm going to be selling out of all of them and consolidating. That's just what I'm going to do. I hope that I can actually get to at least break even. If not, I'll just tax harvest and close it out and go into my top. And then I'm going to stick with that. I don't need a bunch of different cryptos, no hype. I don't need to chase a bunch of different things. So what's your zone of conviction? What's yours, right? So when outside of Bitcoin, when my assets go up, I use Merlin and I calmly exit on the way up. I don't waste for price predictions or heroes. And I keep 50% just in case these people are right, man. Imagine if it moonshots, fantastic. I still have 50% sitting there. But as you're sitting there watching it go up and down and rubbernecking and getting all frustrated, I put it into P, cash value life insurance. So now I created Richest Man in Babylon, which is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to come into the middle ground. When it's high, you pull into a storehouse. Okay. When it's low, you go from the storehouse. So when the markets come collapsing down and you are fearful, panic selling, I'm borrowing from my cash value, multiplying my money at low interest and buying fear, buying red. Then when it cycles back to the next bull run, I pay it off and I have free assets. That's L, leverage responsibly. Okay. And then DR and capital DR is de-risk, de-risk, de-risk. When you're in profit, take money off the table. Stop listening to these influencers saying, never sell your crypto, leverage against your crypto. 1010 2025 is a great example. It's way too volatile to do that, guys. Way too volatile to do that. You got a long run of volatility. I mean, some of you are not able to handle the volatility right now. We're just getting started, guys. The big money's coming in now. It's a whole different ball game. 1010 2025, and people are like, this is manipulation. No shit. No shit. I love when people say that. This is pure manipulation. Yeah, you're right. Ever since there's been markets, there's manipulation. Somebody always ends up holding the bag. The first market collapse was tulips. Some poor soul was holding all the tulips. Think about that. Don't be the poor soul holding the tulips, guys. Protection, leverage, build an ecosystem, get your assets protected, build a trust over the ecosystem. Be smart about this stuff. Okay. So I love you guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, if you need any support at all, again, we do not invest people's money. I will never reach out to you proactively. It's not me on WhatsApp, not me on Telegram. There's thousands of fake Coach JVs. Down below, you can join our Capital DR program. It's not an investment, guys. We're teaching you a system. You need a system. It's a Capital DR system that I'm trademarking, that I invented. It works. It works very, very well. It teaches you how to be disciplined. That's why we're so calm in our Warrior Academy. That's why we have 14,000 people worldwide. We're calm, we're stoic, and we're building like Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger. We're not waiting for price predictions. We're creating our own reality. In the social media platform, you click the link, you can do a free consultation with my team. If you also want to learn about cash value life insurance, I own my own insurance brokerage. My team knows how to structure cash value life insurance properly. We teach you how to fund them properly. They're not retirement policies that are being sold that way. They're very powerful tools that create permanent life insurance. If they're funded properly by you, they can create powerful tools as family banks. It also gives you amazing protection for your wealth. Rule number one, don't lose money. Rule number two, follow rule number one. You can also set up an appointment with my insurance team. I have an elite team. We have our own private brokerage where we help people set them up correctly. I love you guys. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go. All the resources are in my bio and social. Click the link or my description here. Bye-bye.